Hi guys, I've got the test print 3x3 for you here, and I just want to make a quick video and say, show a little bit about it. Part of the reason I had a little hesitation, you may have noticed, is I hadn't actually made a full-on 3x3. Everything I do is kind of these crazy mods, so I would get them turning good, but you never have the speed that you have with a regular 3x3. So I had the mechanism, but I hadn't actually just made a straight up 3x3. So I wanted to have that made before I sent you the files, just to make sure everything was fine. And so here it is. I think it's working good. It does have a tendency, there's not really any anti-pop measures, so the pieces do come out fairly easy. But it's quite capable in terms of what it can do. I'll do some turns on it here. So it's not something that I would replace my speed cube with, but I just wanted to show you that it does turn pretty decent. What you will need, in addition to the print files, I'll send you those over. You'll need to get a core, and I use a QiYi sail, and what I use is the hardware, the screws and springs, and then I could 3D print the core, but as long as I have to get the screws and springs, I just use the core out of that. Recommended tension, at least to start, would be when you put the center caps on, screw these in until the thread right here is completely, the top of the thread here is flush with the core, and then if you need to back off a little bit from there or something, but that's where the starting point, I would say. So you will need to get a hold of one of these. I don't know if the best bet would be for me to send you this puzzle so you have a direct comparison, or if you just want to try printing it and getting one of these cores and trying it, we can discuss. So that's it. What else to show you? I'll pull it apart. So this is PLA printed on my printer, and then I've sanded everything smooth. So I don't know how much this will show up on the camera here. The parts are quite smooth right now. I've sanded to 1000 grit, and that's quite simple as far as the mechanism goes. The corner, again, quite simple. I've got this little overhang part here on the cube. I don't think that works as well as I was hoping, but at least it does reduce some of the surface area along these corners, so that probably helps just a little bit. And the center caps, too, by the way, let's see here. Center caps, all my cubes have this on them, so the center caps will never come off. They actually slide on sideways, so you do have to take a piece out to get them out. Then that just comes off, kind of a dovetail in here, and it just slides back right in. It'll never come off. And I'll put this back together. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should be saying here. I've got, in terms of other prints, this is one of my puzzles that was printed on a Stratasys printer. It's a nylon. This is not a home printer at all. This is a quite expensive printer. But this has had no other treatment done to it. Just to give an idea, the surface here is fairly rough to the touch, but the print itself is such a good quality that everything turns really good on this. But I just wanted to show you another example of something that had been printed that actually seems to perform pretty good. And this one has some good complexity to it as well, so there's that. Okay, I forgot one thing I was going to mention. I just want to show, again, performance of it. It's not going to set any records or anything, but I think it's fairly decent. It does do a little bit of corner cutting, so if the layers are not aligned completely, you can go ahead and move it, and it will just snap in the position there. If you try to go halfway or so, it'll still work if you go slow. If you try to go faster, you're most likely going to pop out a piece or two here. That's something that can be dealt with in the actual design, but for now, good benchmark anyways. And it's even smooth enough for one-handed operation here, sort of. So there it is. Bye.